behalf of University Institute of Management Sciences. Our guest speaker today is Dr. Ghulam Dastagir. He holds PhD in Human Resource Development. He has more than 8 years of teaching experience at university level. He has performed in Pakistan, Australia, UAE, and Saudi Arabia as a keynote speaker, session chair, guest, and inspirational speaker. Dr. Ghulam Dastagir has served more than 13 universities of Pakistan for their teaching, research, and professional development programs. He has also served in Air University Islamabad and International Islamic University Islamabad as an assistant professor. His core area of research and teaching is organization behavior, leadership, and human resource development. He has researched around 34 different PhD and MPhil programs. He has published like around 20 in 20 research publication in recognized research journals. He is also working as a member editorial board and reviewer for few world-renowned research journals. Dr. Ghulam Dastagir is also a certified life coach, licensed practitioner of NLP, and certified master hypnotist, and more than 8 years of teaching experience. He has provided number of training seminar workshops on soft skills in many public and private sectors of Pakistan. Currently he is working as an assistant professor in University of Hale, Saudi Arabia. I welcome you again, sir. Looking forward for your valuable session. I hand over the session to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much once again, Sidra. Let me start our today's session. We are already almost 7 minutes late. Uh, I'm really happy to see the number of participants. I believe there are more than 60 participants. You people are there, alhamdulillah. So our today's session is personal excellence. Before going to start my today's topic, let me tell you this topic I have prepared from number of books, and because this is a very lengthy topic, almost it's a 2 days full length program. So, but only 1 hour I will be with you people, and not the 2 days, of course. So to prepare that 2 days seminar or 2 days program, I have read all these books and many more. Just for the sake of introduction, I have provided these books here. So most importantly, from the Holy Quran, from the saying of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and from the life of Sahaba, and many other books you people can see. For example, Unlimited Power, 8 Habits, 7 Habits, and Big Book of NLP, and etc. and many others. I am also thankful to these international speakers. You might know to these people. For example, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, Shiv Kera, Anthony Robbins, Zishan Abbasi, and Kamran Sultan. These are my direct and indirect teachers. So from the trainings, from the lectures, from the books of all these people, I have prepared my this program. So this is my just acknowledgement in the very beginning. So in simple wording, this is not my own work. So I have prepared it from the work of all these people. We people have two basic responsibilities. I have some different responsibility for this session, and you students also have some responsibility. And my responsibility is I am here to give you value, because you people have invested your money in this session, and you people have invested your time in this session. So these are the two precious assets in this world, money and time, and you people have invested. So it's now my responsibility to give you something in return. That the things which I will be teaching you people today, the learning you people will get from me, it should be quite valuable. Otherwise, your time and money is wasted. And it is important to note that you people are definitely quite young. If there is any loss of money, you people can earn back your money. Money is not definitely not an issue for you. But the major issue for you and for me is time, because we cannot earn back the time. If it's gone, it's gone. So that means for the next 1 hour, I am going to take your life of 1 hour, and against this 1 hour of your life, what I am going to give you is a big responsibility on my shoulder. And normally we people use a very wrong sentence that the time wastage. I believe it's not the time wastage. It should be called the life wastage, because you are not wasting your time. In fact, you are wasting your life. So you are almost 60 students are with me. So 60 multiplied by 1 hour, 60 hours of human life I am going to take. So if I'm not going to give you anything valuable, so I will be definitely answerable on the day of the judgment, that why did you wasted the 60 hours of human life? So how you can get maximum value from me, you should have to fulfill your responsibility. And your responsibilities is very simple. If you look on the screen, you can see. Be a student here, don't be an evaluator, or don't be a followers. Whatever I am going to teach you, you think about it, ponder about it, research about it, thoroughly understand it, discuss with your colleagues and friends and everyone, then make up your own mind, right? Don't be a blind followers, whatever I'm going to tell you and do start following me. Be a learner, be a student. You are going to learn something. You are not going to copy paste something. You are not going to blindly follow something, right? So neither be the evaluator, right? So what I am going to teach, you are not here to find out the negativities, how Dr. Ghulam is going to teach us and what is the negativity in this session, right? You are not here to collect the garbage. You are here to collect the positivity, the positive points, right? So it's your choice in this session. Either you collect garbage, the negativity, of course, there will be a lot of negativity in this session. For example, my communication skills could be poor, my English grammar could be poor, the lecture I have prepared, it could be poor, right? So many negativities are there because no one is perfect. So it's your choice. Either you're going to collect those negativities or you're going to collect the positive points. It's your choice. But keep in mind, whatever you choose, that thing will go into your mind. It is going to be stored in your brain. That the same thing will be converted into your behavior. That means it is not only issue that you collect garbage or you collect good. Issue is that thing will be stored in your brain, in your memory. That thing will be translated in the form of your behavior and your action. So in mind sciences, there is a very simple formula that you people can easily understand. Garbage in, garbage out, good in, good out. If you collect the garbage in your brain, your action, your out will also be garbage. If you're giving good thing to your brain, your action, your behavior will also be good. Now it's your choice. I can tell you, good in, good out, garbage in, garbage out. So, and take good notes and understanding from me, right? The second statement I have written here. Right? So it's better if you people have the copy pen in your hand, right? So use your copy and your pen for your understanding or for your long-term memory. Like, don't store everything in your brain, and neither you should trust on your memory, right? So your brain is not a cupboard that you are going to store everything in your brain. Brain should be used for analytical things, for understanding, for vision, for logical thinking, right? For creativity, for visions, and etc. This is the basic purpose of brain. The basic purpose of brain is not to memorize everything. This is something extra thing, some extra function. Just like in your computer, we people store movies, we people store songs, we people store different things in our computer. This is the extra function of computer. But the basic function of computer is analytical skills, analytical calculation and everything, right? So the same way with your brain. So be 100% with me, right? Be mentally with me, be physically with me, be emotionally with me, be spiritually with me, right? So we people are four-dimensional. We people do have mind, we people have heart, we people have body, we people have soul. So might be you are physically present in my session, sitting in your laptop in front of your computer or whatever. I also want you to be mentally present with me, right? Think, listen carefully to me. I also want you to be emotionally present here. And might be you say, Ma'am Sidra has asked me to come in this session. Otherwise, I really don't want to join this session. So that means you are physically and mentally present, but emotionally you are not present because your emotions are not involved in this session. Then you cannot learn anything, right? So also be spiritually present. Now, I cannot go into the detail of all these things, what is mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. If we have any other chance to, if I have any other chance to present, I will be happy, inshallah. So I believe you people are still with me. Let me move forward. Sidra, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Great. So actually, teaching to a laptop on a Zoom session is somehow difficult, right? Because if some unless the students are sitting in front of me, so uh, it feels quite different. Anyhow, so we are here to improve ourselves because the title is personal excellence. We are here to achieve the maximum performance, maximum productivity, and we want to improve ourselves, right? This is the basic theme behind this session. The question arises, what is your real worth in this world, especially with the corporate, with the business world, with the corporate? Because we people have two different type of worth. For example, Sidra could be a very very worthy sister, she could be a very worthy daughter, she could be very worthy wife, right? So she could be a very worthy Muslim. Now, all these things have nothing to do with the corporate world, with the business world. All these things are not going to affect the earning, the bank balance of the Sidra, right? Because these all things are good enough, mashallah, but these are not worthful for the corporate. Then question arises, what is your real worth in the corporate? The simple answer is the real worth of you people is the value you people produce for the organization. The more value you people produce for the organization, the more valuable for you are for the organization. So that means organizations are not really interested in you. The organizations are only interested in the value you people can produce for the organization. That means organization is not really interested that how Anam Shafiq look like, right? Either she is rich or poor, either she is Muslim or non-Muslim, either she is beautiful or not, either she is smart or not, right? Organizations have no concern with all these things, right? Then only concern is what value Anam Shafiq can produce for this organization. This is the only thing, the only interesting thing for organization into the in Anam Shafiq. So question arises, how we can increase our real worth? My real worth is the value I can produce for the organization, for the business world, not for my personal life or not for my family, but only for the business world. How I can improve my value? The only single way in this world to improve your value, and that is your learning, through learning. Other than learning, there is no second way to improve your worth in the corporate, right? So whoever you are right now, you are the result of your learning, right? Other than your physical being, listen to me quite carefully. Other than your physical being, everything in you is a learned behavior. You have learned everything. For example, I am speaking with you in English language. This is not an auto system. It's a learned behavior. Even if I speak with you in Urdu language, of course, it is a learned behavior because I learned Urdu from a childhood. If I can walk, that's not automatic. It's a learned behavior. When I was a child, I started learning how to walk, right? So you people use your mobile. It's not an automatic system. It's a learned behavior, right? So you people eat food. Even when you were a child, your parents taught you how to eat food, how to drink or something else, right? So that means whatever we are today, other than our physical being, is everything our learned behavior. So that means we are our learning and nothing else. So everything is dependent on our learning. You can drive a car, it's a learned behavior. You can ride a motorcycle, it's a learned behavior. You can understand the physical, medical sciences or business sciences, whatever. It's a learned behavior, right? Even from your university to your home, you can go back to your home or you can go to your university. This is also learned behavior because you learn the map, the way how to reach my university. What that means everything is your learned behavior. The same way, if you want to increase your value in your organization, you will have to learn, you will have to improve yourself. How you can improve yourself? The only single way is through learning. For example, right now you are sitting in an environment where you are getting learning from me. So if you're listening me quite carefully, if you will start following me after your own analysis, that means you have improved your worth. You have increased your value in the organization. If you have increased your value, you have increased your worth, right? Because the organization is not interested in you. Who are you? What is your name? What is your background? They are not interested in. They are only interested. For example, a simple example. Here in my university, in my department, on my left side, an American is sitting, right? On my right side, a Hindu is sitting, right, from India. And from many other countries, even Sikh are teaching here, Hindu are teaching here, Christians are teaching here in my university, right? So it's a Muslim university in Saudi Arabia, right? But still people from many different countries, many different religion, all right? So they are not interested either I am Muslim or non-Muslim. They're only interested, what can I produce for them? What can I produce for them is purely dependent on my learning, right? Other than learning, you cannot do anything. So simple idea. If you want to increase your worth in the organization, you will have to increase your value. If you want to increase your value, you will have to improve your learning, right? I can tell you, your worth is dependent on your value. Your value is dependent on your learning. If you increase your learning, you can increase your value, you can increase your worth. Let's assume organization gives you $100,000, 100,000 rupees for in a month as your salary, as your pay. So in fact, organization is trying to convert your worth in the organization in the form of money. Right? Normally, it's true. In normal flow of life, in normal circumstances, it is true that whatever you are earning in a company is exactly your real worth in the company translated in the form of money. Right? So whatever I am earning, it's exactly the worth I am giving to organization, and in return, organization is converting my real worth in the form of money. That is my paycheck. So simple idea. If I want to earn double in the organization, is it possible in the same time? For example, 30 days we people work. Let's assume I earn $100,000 in 1 month, and Ma'am Sidra is earning 200,000 in a month. So how possible Sidra is earning double money from me? Is she working double or is she working extra? Is she has some extra time? Of course, not possible, because in 1 month there are only 30 days. 30 days for Sidra, 30 days for me, there is no extra time. Then question arises, how possible that she is earning double than me, since we are giving the same time? The simple answer is because Sidra has the double value in the organization, double worth in the organization. That's why she is earning double. So if I have to earn double, I have to become double. Right? If I have to earn more, I will have to become more. So until unless I become more, I will be learning, I will be earning the same money, right? So that means your learning, your money, your bank balance, your check, your pay, your worth, all thing is dependent on your real worth, and your real worth is the value you produce, and the value is only dependent on your learning. How much you can learn? Question arise. So there is no upper limit of learning. Simple answer. If you look at the statement on the screen, no matter how successful you may be, there is always a room for improvement, right? So unlimited room for improvement is there. You cannot claim that I have learned everything. Of course, not possible, right? So let's assume Dr. Ma'am Sidra Akhtar is the best teacher in Arid Agriculture University. Let's assume she's the best, and definitely she would be. I'm sure, because she's my student. I'm sure she would be best student. Now let's assume she's the best teacher in this university. Could you assume that any other teacher could come who is better than Dr. Ma'am Sidra? And the answer would be definitely yes. Right? How much better? The answer is unlimited space is there. Right? You cannot say that 10%, 20%, or how much. It is unlimited. Let's assume the best teacher. Let's assume the best teacher of this world, from Harvard, from Oxford, from Cambridge, the person, let's assume, teaching there, and he comes in your university to teach you, right? No one is better than him in this world, let's assume. Is it possible that person could come who would be better than him? The answer is yes, because wherever you people reach, there is still always a room for improvement, right? So don't be lazy in learning. My simple suggestion for you people, if you look at the screen, the last statement, don't be lazy in learning. Right? So wherever there's a learning environment, become selfish with yourself. No one is here who could be better than me than the learning from this environment. Stop using your mobile, stop using discussing with any other person, stop even don't listen any other person, your friends, your family, and everyone, if you are sitting in a learning environment, because you can make yourself only in learning environment. Other than learning environment, there is no other way where you can improve yourself. So if you are going to sacrifice your learning environment and learning opportunity, then question arises, then where you will make yourself, then where you will develop yourself. So whenever you are sitting in a learning environment, become quite selfish. Right? I have no concern with mobile, Facebook, WhatsApp. I have no concern with my friends, family member, and everything, because I am sitting in an environment where I am going to develop myself. That is a learning environment. Right? So disconnect yourself in this almost 50 minutes left in our session. Disconnect yourself from everything. Right? So disconnect your mobile, disconnect your friends, because I am sitting in a learning environment, and this environment will give me an opportunity to develop myself, to grow myself, to increase my value and my worth in the corporate environment. I believe you people are still understanding. Are you people with me? Are you people really understanding what I'm teaching you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. And Sidra, really sorry about my speed because we have only 1 hour and I have to cover different topics. That's why my speed is somehow high.
Yes, sir. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Thank you. So your birth gift, your power of choice, right? So far, whatever I've told you, it's your choice. Either you people follow me or not. Either you people listen me or not. It's your choice. And other than human beings, no one is free in this world, right? Neither even sun and stars are free, right? Even Allah says in Quran they are rotating in according to the Allah's order. Everything in this world is is forced to do whatever they are doing, but other than human beings have power of choice. They can change their life. They can, if one plan is not working, we can simply change our plan to plan B to plan C, and we have unlimited plans in our life. We have the choice. For example, you people are sitting here, almost 40 students are sitting here, for example. It's your choice. Either you switch off your computer and go away. It's your choice. Either you listen me carefully or not. It's your choice. Can anyone force you? Of course not. It's your choice. Whatever you want to people have in lunch or in dinner today. At night you want to study or you want to watch a movie. It's your choice, right? It's your choice to work hard or you don't work hard, right? It's everything is your choice, right? So because we are free to choose, right? So even if it is your choice to live in this world or to commit suicide and leave this world, why you are living in this world still by choice, because you want to live here. Why some person commits suicide, he or she commits suicide by choice. So that means we are free to choose, but issue is when we are going to choose something, we are free to choose. But since we choose something, then we are not free to change our decision. Then that choice will control you in your entire life. For example, I decided I choose management sciences for myself. That at that time, after matriculation examination or after second year, I was free to choose. Either I go to electrical engineering, I go to computer engineering, mechanical engineering, medical, or whatever. My choice was business sciences. So I have become that. I got the doctorate degree in business sciences. Now, is it possible for me to change my choice now if I become the medical doctor now? The simple answer is technically it is not possible, because I have already chosen something. Now that choice will control me in my entire life. No, I have no choice to change. Even if I try to change, I will have to pay a huge price, right? So right now at this age, if I stop learning anything new about the management sciences and I decide to go to the business and go to the medical sciences, I go to the take admission in university, I will have to pay a lot of price because you have chosen something and now you have not free to choose something again, right? So right now you are totally free. It's your choice. You want what you want to do. Okay, I give you a simple example. My younger brother, he's just 2 years older than me. Right? Many years back, when my parents asked me, he said that I want to go to Saudi Arabia. I want to drive a taxi in Saudi Arabia. It was his choice. I said I want to study further. Right? Two brothers, same parents, same interests, same love, same response. Everything is same, but two different choices. One said I want to go to Saudi Arabia for taxi driving. I said I want to study further. Then I decided to do PhD. Then I decided to enter the training area. Then I decided to do doctorate. I decided to come Saudi Arabia. Now I'm sitting in Saudi Arabia. Alhamdulillah. On every weekend I go to Medina. Whenever I go to Makkah Mukarramah. Alhamdulillah. Hundreds and hundred times I have gone to Medina, Munawwara, and Makkah Mukarramah. Okay? It's question, right? Is it by chance everything is happening with me, or is it by choice? The simple answer is everything is by choice. Right? That's why I have written here. If you click on the first bullet, choice versus chance. Question is, who are you today? The simple answer is you are the result of your previous choices. Right? Who I am right now today. Dr. Ghulam Dastagir, you have listened a very detailed introduction from Ms. Sidra, and I believe it's only 50% introduction about me. So all these things what Ma'am Sidra has told you about me and much more, they are by chance with me in my life, are they by choice? Do you people really believe that by chance I become a doctor, PhD? By chance I become the trainer. By chance I got hypnosis Arabia with a very good pay. But do you really believe that this happened with me? The answer definitely would be no. So if something could not happen with me, then how it's possible it could be happen with you? Because whoever you are today is the result of your previous choices. The thing I told you previously, whatever you people have in your bank account is your real value exactly in normal flow of life. Right? The same way, whoever are you today is the result of your previous choices. We are the output of our choices, not the output of our chance, not the output of our circumstances. Just example, same brother, same circumstances, same environment, everything is same. One brother is the professor doctor in university, another brother is taxi driver in Saudi Arabia. Same environment, same everything, everything is same, but the destination and the future of these two real brothers is totally different, because of the chances or because of the choices. It's because of the environment or because of the choices. So answer is simple, it's because of the choice. Because a very simple understanding, whoever you will be tomorrow, the simple answer is look at your present choices. You will be exactly like whatever you are going to choose today. Previously I told you, you are the result of your previous choice. Who are you today? Today you are the result of your previous choices. The same way, who will be you tomorrow? Tomorrow you will be the result of your today's choices. So make sure whatever you choose with yourself, you will become tomorrow. Because chances happen in this world. There are no miracles in this world, right? Everything is by choice. You choose good or bad, it's not an issue. It's not, it doesn't matter with the choice. It's choice. You choose good or bad. Even if you don't choose anything, still you are choosing, and you are choosing not to choose anything. This is also choice. For example, if you are not planning to do anything, still you are planning. What you are planning not to do anything. This is still a planning. The same way, it's a choice, right? You choose positive or negative. You choose good or bad, right? It's a choice, and it will definitely shape your future because your future is dependent on your present choices. So only human beings have the capacity to alter the course of the life. No other life form can do it. Right? It's a very famous quotation by Jim Rohn. So you can change yourself right now, sitting at the right moment. You can change yourself. You can change your thinking pattern. You can decide your future right now. You can change your choices, right? And you cannot change your destination overnight, right? But you can change your choices right now. You can change your directions right now, because your destination is dependent on your direction, the way you choose, the direction you choose, right? For example, tomorrow you cannot become the professor doctor. Of course, not possible. Because let's assume Ma'am Sidra decide that she want to become a professor doctor in future, let's say, and still she is a PhD student in a university. So it is not possible for her to become professor doctor just tomorrow after 24 hours. She has decided a destination. Now, now second important thing is deciding the direction. She has decided that destination. Now she has to decide the direction, the which way she want to move. You cannot change your destination. You cannot reach your destination overnight. But you can change your decisions. You can change your choices. You can change your directions, because all these things, choices and decisions and directions, that will lead you towards the your final destination. So it's your choice, right? So we people have unlimited power in ourselves. We people have unlimited potential in ourselves, right? So if one can do one thing, so it is possible that you can also do that thing. For example, if one person become professor doctor, and he or she is earning millions and millions of rupees, right? And there are many people I know, in 1 month they earn Pakistani rupees, for example, 3 million, 4 million, right, per month they are earning. If they can earn that thing, then why not Huma Imran? Why not Raja Uzair? Right? Why not Anam Shafiq? What's special with those people who are earning a lot of money? We are exactly same, right? I just 3 days back I was in Medina Munawwara on Friday, Saturday I was in Medina Munawwara. I met a doctor from Karachi. Could you believe he was earning how much money per month? Almost he was earning 5 millions per month. I was looking at his face. What's special with him? He has two arms. I have two arms. He has 2 legs, I have 2 legs. His height was almost 6 feet, my height is also 6 feet. Everything is same. If he can do it, then why cannot I do it? The answer is your choices, your decisions, your directions. The destination, he was cancer specialist. He become a cancer specialist, and I become a professor at a university. And some become the watchman on a main gate, some become taxi driver. We all have the different destinations, but we all are same with God. We are totally, we are same. We have no special relationship with God. God have no favoritism with any other person, with any person other than Ambiya. We all are same. But then why we are different in our earning? The simple answer is the result of our result of our choices and decisions. You know what is the minimum salary in Pakistan, in government sector or in private sector? For example, a labor can get, I think, the 14,000 rupees per month. This is the minimum salary in Pakistan set by government, right? 14,000. What is the maximum salary in Pakistan? Do you know, any one of you know what is the maximum salary in Pakistan that one individual is earning? Normally, we people give the example of Mr. Asad Umar. I think, yes, normally we give the example of Mr. Asad Umar that he is earning, he was earning 6 million, 6 million, right? This, we normally give this example, right? So, but you would surprised to know 120 million is the salary of the CEO of HBL Bank, Bank Al Habib or Habib Bank Limited. CEO is earning a lot of money, right? You can see same environment, same country, everything is same, right? Same people, same country, same economics, everything is same. One person is earning 15,000 and other person is earning 120 million rupees in 1 month, right? Both are humans. Both have different destination, but the way they traveled, the decisions they made, the choices they made, they were totally different for each other. So this is the simple answer, the simple result, that we become different. So now it's your choice. What do you want to do in your future? You have to choose right now. Don't let your future dependent on the circumstances. Don't let your future dependent on the faith, on the chance that I will see whatever happen tomorrow. This is the wrong statement. This is a foolish statement. Let me see whatever will happen tomorrow. It's a foolish statement, right? Your future is a very serious matter. Your bank balance is really serious matter. Your job is really serious matter. Your business in future is serious matter, right? Your family is a serious matter. The money in your pocket is a very serious matter, right? The satisfaction in your life, the happiness in your life is very serious matter. The serving to your parents and family and to your country and to your religion, all these are very serious matters. And only you can only achieve all these targets if you become serious with yourself. If you are not serious with yourself, then how you could become serious with your religion, with your country, with your people, with your wife, yeah, with your family? Of course, not possible. If you don't care about yourself, if you don't care about your future, then how you can care about your family and everything, right? So first you have to change your decisions. First you have to decide about yourself, what you want to become tomorrow. And believe me, whatever you decide today, exactly you will become the same. If the environment remains same, if the circumstances does not change. For example, if tomorrow there is a war and you could not get a job, or there is something is else, so this is not a normal circumstances. For example, a war, for example, some major catastrophe, some natural disasters. These are the things that are odd in the world. But in normal flow of life, you will be the result of your choices, right? You cannot blame that someone else has decided my destination. No, you are wrong. No one else decided your destination. It's only you who decided your own destination. So that is purely dependent on your choices. I believe you people are there with me. Are you people understanding me? Any one of you could tell me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Who said yes? Sidra, you said yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay, I am going to give you a very perfect success formula. If you want to be successful, this formula and the only formula, what I know. Might be there could be any, but so far what I know, this is the best formula if you want to improve yourself, if you want to be successful. And that is, here I have already given you the wrong formula. I have written here the wrong formula. This is a traditional wrong formula, what we normally people believe, right? It's a traditional formula. We people say, let me have everything, let me have enough. Let me first get money, resources, and things. Then I will do whatever I want to do. Then I will become happy, I will become successful, I will become educated, I will become talented. This is a normal formula we people have in our life. Let me have everything, then I will do accordingly, then I will become something. For example, if Sidra want to become a successful professor doctor, so she says, let me have office, let me have money, let me have degree, let me have designation, let me have the appointment letter. When I have all these things, then I will do whatever the professor doctors do, then I will become a good professor doctor, a good successful person. Technically, it is a totally wrong formula. You cannot have anything until and unless you become something. Listen me carefully. Your having is purely dependent on your becoming. You cannot have anything unless and until you deserve something, and you only deserve something when you become something. See the statement I have written on the screen. Life is not designed to give us whatever we need, but the life is designed to give us whatever we deserve. Whatever you need, corporate have no concern with your needs. But when you deserve something, corporate will give you everything. Life is not designed to give you anything at your need. Life is purely dependent on your deserving. When you deserve something, life will give you everything. For example, let's assume Uzair Shafiq go to the fields and he says that I'm going to die, I am hungry, and we are starving to die. I want to save my family, my parents, and he asks to the land, to the fields, please give me something to eat, some vegetables, some food, some grain, and some wheats and some rice. So Uzair Shafiq is showing his needs that I am going to die. The question is, would field or the corporate will give anything to Uzair Shafiq based on his needs? Answer is of course no. Corporate have no concern with your needs. But if Uzair Shafiq has worked hard on the land, being a farmer, he has cultivated the land, he has properly fertilized the land, and he has properly waited for the number of time, number of the days, a month. Now, after his hard working, he deserves to have food. Now, this time, Uzair Shafiq don't need to beg anything. He don't need to show his needs. The field will give everything, whatever he has, whatever he deserves. So that means the correct formula is, look on the screen, first you become something, then you do accordingly, then you will have everything. First, Sidra first become good researcher, good trainer, good professor, good student. He earned his degree. First, you should become all these things. Then do whatever a good professor, doctor, trainer does. Then she will also have the same thing, whatever the good professor, doctor is enjoying. If I say, if for example, if Sidra says, Dr. Ghulam is enjoying a very happy life in Saudi Arabia. He's earning a lot of money. He's enjoying very good status, and he goes to Medina Munawwara every day, every weekend, and he is enjoying a lot of things. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing all these things, and I also want to have all these things. So my simple answer is, you would definitely have all these things, but the starting point is not having. The starting point is becoming. First you become the what I have become, then you will also have whatever I am having. Simple answer. That means having is dependent on your becoming. First become something, then you will have everything. And the same answer, and the same answer. If you are not ready to become something, then you don't need to have a dream to have something. Dreaming about something to have something is totally useless without becoming something. Right? When you become something, then you will have everything, even much more than what I am having in this world, in this university. Simple answer. For example, if if I go to university and if I ask the university, I need some money because I want to pay the house, I want to pay the house rent, I want to pay the school fees of my children, I want to pay the electricity allowances, I want to pay the travel allowances, and I want to purchase something to eat. Please, university, help me. I need something. I deserve. Please help me. I need something. That's a question from you people. Would university give me anything? Of course not, because university is have no concern with my life. Either I die or I live. Either I am sleeping hungry or not. University have no concern with it. But if I become a good teacher and good trainer and good researcher and good professor in university, after 30 days, I don't need to beg anything from university. I don't need to show my needs to university. University now I deserve because I have shown, I have become something. Now I deserve something. Now university will give me everything, even much more than I deserve. So whatever I am earning from here in Jamia, in University of Hail in Saudi Arabia, right? My total expense could be only 10%, I believe. 90% is total saving. That means the university is giving me 90% more, 90 times more than what I need. Right? The simple answer is first you become something, then you will have everything. If you don't want to become something, then you don't need to have something. Every one of us want to become Bill Gates, right? Every one of us want to become the Malak Riaz. Every one of us want to be very successful person. The question arises, are you really ready to follow the same pathway what Bill Gates and all successful people followed? If you're not ready to travel on that road, then you don't need to have the dream to become Malak Riaz or any successful person. Okay, look on the screen. I have written a statement here. Is there any difference in the following two statements? The first is, I need 1,000 rupees. The second is, how could I earn 1,000 rupees? The simple answer is, in first statement, we are asking about the having. I want to have 1,000 rupees. Might be begging door to door, I collect 1,000. It's possible, might be. But question is, the world is not interested in you. Why universe could give you 1,000 rupees or real? The second state is, how could I earn 1,000? Here, the opposite formula. Here, I am saying how I can become someone that by which I can earn 1,000 or unlimited rupees, right? So if Asad Umar can earn 6 million rupees or 60 million rupees, or if someone can earn 120 million rupees 1 month, they are also human because they have become something. That's why they are earning something. Right, so it's a last statement in here, the Jim Rohn statement. Look on the screen. You can have more than you have got because you can become more than you are. If you want to have double, you have to become double. Right? If you want to have more, you will have to become more. The become is the starting point of having. Only the having is not the starting point of becoming, the simple formula. Right? So whatever you are having today, the answer is exactly what you have become today. Right? For example, Uzair Shafiq is having A plus grade. It's not because he is having, it's because he become a good student, then he is having. So that means you're having good grade or you are having poor grade. All is dependent on your becoming. Right, so Ma'am Sidra, are you there? Ma'am Sidra, are you there? Are any one of you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. So even Allah says in Quran, if you look on the screen, I have given the references as well. Allah will not change the condition of the people until they change whatever is in themselves. Right? So normally we people use in the Urdu statement that Allah ने आज तक उस कौम की हालत change नहीं की जिसने खुद अपने आप को change नहीं किया. So until and unless you deserve yourself, you deserve something, Allah will not change your condition, right? So you first become, if you want to have Jannah, the answer is first become good Muslim, right? If you want to be successful in your next life, the answer is first become a good Muslim in this world. So your future, having future is depending on your becoming present. So your future is dependent on your present, and your future having is dependent on your present becoming, and your present becoming is only dependent on your learning, right? I have already told you there is no second way to increase your worth, and that is only the learning. Okay, problems, challenges, pain, risk in life. So might be you people would be thinking, Dr. Ghulam, you are Dr. Ghulam Dastagir, you are telling us very good things, but you are not really aware of the problems and challenges and pain and risk we people are facing in our life. Right? It is easy to speak uh, about the things and about the future and giving us the good dreams, but Dr. Ghulam, you are not really aware of our real life, real problems. So here is a simple answer. The problems are the normal and the part of the life. These all are the synonyms we people use. Problems, challenges, pain, risk in life. Believe me, all these things are the part of the life. You cannot find any single person in this world whose life is problem free, challenges free, pain free, or risk free. Everything is risky. We people always take the risk. All right. Traveling on the road is risky. Flying in the aeroplane is risky. Taking admission in Arid Agriculture University is risky. Sitting under your roof right now is risky. Even drinking a glass of water is risky. Becoming the student of Mem Sidra is risky. Everything is risky. All right. So anything could you tell me risk-free? Drinking glass of water, I don't know. Right now it's in my hand. If you people can see, it's Alhamdulillah, it's Zamzam. I'm sure it's risk-free. Alhamdulillah, it's Zamzam. Right? But if you purchase the Nestle water or the tap water, it would be definitely not risk-free. Right? It could be a poisonous. Right? Sitting under this roof right now, I'm sitting at my home here in Saudi Arabia. Might be there's earthquake and the roof fell down, but still I'm taking risk. Right? So everything is risk. Then even getting married is risky. Having children is risky. Right? Giving birth to a child is risky. But we always take risk. Could anyone else tell you that because of this risk, I will not travel? Because of this risk, I will not go to university? Because traveling on roads definitely risky, especially in highway or in development Islamabad, it's quite risky. Do you take risk to go to university, or because of this risk, you don't do anything? Right? So we always take risk. Getting married is risky, of course. Is there any person who says that because of this risk, I'm not going to marry? Of course, we will get married. Right? There is always challenges in life. There is always problem in life. You will see many challenges and many problems in every person's life. You cannot say that there is any person whose life is challenges free. Right? More successful people have more challenges and problem in their life than the unsuccessful people. What's the challenges of unsuccessful people in his life as compared to the successful people? Right? Would you believe that for example, any successful person, for example, Malik Riaz is a common example in Pakistan. He's a quite rich person, right? Or Jim Rohn, Les Brown. These all are successful people, right? They have more problems in their life than us, right? An uneducated person has less challenges and problem in his life because he has to. He normally is living a simple, risk-free life. Normally, not much, but not more, but somehow. That means there is no life in this world that is problem-free. More successful people have more problems in their life. More successful people have more challenges in their life. I have already told you, risk is normal in life. It will be there. Problems are normal in this life. These will be there. Challenges are normal in this life. Unless there is no challenge, you will not be encouraged to take any action. Challenges give you to improve yourself. Challenging environment gives you to improve yourself. If there is no challenge, you cannot improve yourself. For example, you are, for example, MBA student semester 1, for example, and ma'am Sidra teach you bachelor or BCom level or ICAM level subject, a book, in order to reduce your challenges. The simple question, would you learn something, ma'am, from ma'am? Because there is no challenge. Challenge means something new which you have to face, and you have not faced that thing before. It become a challenge for you how to solve this problem. For example, in mathematics class, I give you question because you people says we do not want to face challenge. Okay, I say, okay, no issue. The question is 1 plus 1 is equal to. So this is a most challenge free question for you people. The question is, without challenge, would you learn something? Right? So if you go to the gym, you want to improve your body, right? You want to improve your health. So Uzair Shafi go to the gym and he is lifting the weight of only 1 kg. That means he says, I do not want to give challenge to my body. So that's why I'm only lifting 1 kg weight. The question is, if he's not going to uplift the heavy weight, would he be able to increase his body or not? If let's assume Huma server wants to reduce her weight and she go to the gym or she go to the she go for the jogging in F9 park, and she's not running there, she's not getting jogging there, because she says that I do not want to challenge my body, I do not want to challenge my breathing system, I want to keep everything cool and calm. That's why I am walking quite slow, because I do not want to face challenges. So if she is not going to give challenges to her body, to her breathing system, to her immune system, the question arises, then how she would be able to reduce her weight? So that simply means challenges, risk, and problems are normal in life. Without these things, we cannot survive. The same thing with pain. Pain is also a normal part of our life. There is no life in this world that is pain-free. And one thing very important about pain, keep in mind, your all happiness in this world are backed by the pain we people bear. All happiness in this world are purely dependent on the pain we people bear for this happiness. If there is no pain, there is no happiness. Simple answer. Simple statement. Can you see? Let's assume Ma'am Sidra is PhD student in Air University. And I asked with Ma'am Sidra, okay, ma'am, please go to home. Tomorrow I will bring your PhD degree with the HEC tested and everything will be quite fine and you will become the doctor. Now, without taking any pain, she is getting PhD degree. Could you tell me, would she be happy to have that degree or not?
Not really.
Let's assume.
Not really.
Because without pain, there is no happiness. Right? So why a mother love to her child? Could you imagine? Definitely, you people would have an idea how much pain a parents take to in the nurturing of their kids, from their birth, from their day to night, taking care for their education, for their health, for their food. I am a father of 3. I know how much pain I have to bear for my kids. Because of this pain, taking this pain, when I see my kids, it gives me happiness. Now, simple idea. If let's assume a door knock somewhere at someone knock at my door, and there is a child in their hand, and they says, "This is your child. You can take it. It's for you. It's a gift." Let's assume. Could you believe I would be happy to have that child? The simple answer is, of course, no, because I did not take the pain. That's why I'm not happy. Right? So that means the pain you people take, it gives you happiness. The simple answer is, without pain, there is no happiness. Without pain, there is no success. Whatever you people get in your world, it is backed by pain. Pain is there. You cannot avoid pain in this world. Even if you try to avoid pain, avoiding the pain will increase pain more. Simple. Right? Avoiding the pain increases the pain more and more and more. Right? Even in this cold weather, let's assume Raima Mushtaq is having a hot cup of coffee and she is really happy and enjoying. So could you believe how much pain is she has bared, she has taken, or her family has taken, because just for this one cup of coffee, right? Might be in this cold weather, she has to get up her bed, she has to go to the kitchen, she has to make the coffee, she has to cook the coffee there. Now to make coffee, she need milk, she need, let's assume, coffee powder, she needs sugar. Now for coffee, milk and sugar, she has to go to market. Now she already had gone to market, it's another pain. And she purchased, then she come back. To purchase, she need money. To get money, she has to go to office. Right, regularly she's getting at 7 o'clock and she's going to office, she's working there and she's listening everything, and she's working under bosses and all negativity, all pain, she's taking whole month. Then she gets some money, then she come home, then she go to purchase the milk powder and coffee, and she come in kitchen and she make it. Now she is sitting in her bed and enjoying this cup of coffee. So calculate the pain. I show you my PhD degree, let's assume, and I would show you, let's assume, and I'm very happy to see my PhD degree. So this happiness is purely dependent on the pain I have taken from the very first day I was in school, right, when I was child, till the announcement of my degree. Only in PhD, it took my 5 year, 5 year lot of pain. PhD students can imagine. I believe BBA and MBA students cannot imagine how much mental, emotional, spiritual, physical pain is there in order to get a PhD degree, right? So a lot of pain. Are you people ready to take that pain? If no, then forget about the happiness, because without pain, there is no happiness. So in simple wording, I am going to save the time. In simple wording, I will take only 10 minutes more. Simple wording, life is full of risk, pain, challenges, and problems. If you are not ready to risk all these things, you're not ready to take anything of this, then forget about the success and future and earning and living a happy life. Of course, not possible. Your best friend should be your problems. Your best friend should be your pain. Your best friend should be your risk and challenges, because these things give you opportunity to develop and grow yourself. No challenges, how can you develop yourself? No pain, how you can become successful? All right. No risk, then how you can take decisions? These things should be the best friends of yourself. Never try to avoid pain, because I already told you, avoiding the pain create more pain. Avoiding the problems create more problems. For example, tomorrow is a test, and it's a very difficult test. I don't know what Ma'am Sidra will ask me. It's a very difficult test. It's a problem, it's a challenge, it's a risk, it's a pain. So if you just avoid, it will create more pain. Of course, it will create more problem for you. Not only in Ma'am Sidra's subject, but in your entire life, you will be facing. For example, when I was a child, I was trying to avoid the English language. Right? I hate English language till my matriculation examination. I got only 33 marks. Can you imagine? In Gujranwala board, I got only 33 marks in English subject. Even in my first year, I got 33% subject, because in board, 33% is the passing marks. So because I wanted to avoid it, right? Then I faced a lot of problems when I joined the college and universities in Islamabad and Rawalpindi. Then I realized avoiding the pain has created much more pains for me. Then I embarrassed that pain. Okay, let me take this pain of learning English language, right? Because I know unless I take pain, I cannot learn anything. The same formula for you people, right? So these are the causes of existence of life on this earth, on this planet. The last statement, if you look on the screen, all these things, because of these things, the pain, the challenges, the risk, because of all these things, there is life on this planet. If these things are not there, definitely there will be no life on this planet. I simply give you example. What are the pains in my life right now? The major pain in my life is my family. I have to earn for them. I have to take care of them. I have to arrange everything for them. Their nurturing, their food, their health, their clothing, their shelter, their home, their security. Right? All this is my pain. I am working day to night for my wife, for my kids, and everyone. And my wife's major pain is, for example, taking care of myself, taking care of me. She take care of my clothes, she take care of my dress, she take care of my food, she take care of my kids, She take care of my home, she take care of my respect and all these things. This is her pain. So these are the two different pains. I am facing my pain, she is facing her pain. Now, normally we want to live a pain-free life. Now imagine, just imagine, I'm sure you will be able to understand everything. Now let's assume we remove all pains from our lives. My pain all removed and her pains are also removed. Now how the life would become if there is no pain? For example, if there is no pain in my life, my all pains are reduced, are removed, I will not care about my wife. I will not care about her food. I will not care about her needs. I will not care about her nurturing or anything because my pains are removed. Then I will not care about her. And her pains are also removed because she also want to live a pain-free life. So if she is also pain-free life, living pain-free life, she will not take care of me. She will not take care of my food. She will not take care of my home. She will not take care of my children. Now, could you imagine by removing these pains, is there any life in my home? Is there any happiness in my home? When we don't care about each other, we are destroyed. I already told you, the life exists only because of these things, right? Challenges, problems, pain, and risk. These are our best friends. We have to understand these things. We have to love these things, and we need to solve these things, not to avoid these things. Solving the problems, solving the problems give you opportunity to learn and grow, not the avoiding the problems. For example, you have the problem of speaking English, the fluency or whatever. If you avoid it, you are creating more problems. If you solve it, that means you learn English language, you are solving the problems, you are learning yourself, you're developing yourself, and etc. So I believe you still with me, you are understanding with me. So this is the simple formula in order to remove your problem, to solve the problems. So there is always fight between problems and solutions. There are so many problems and we want to solve it. The question is there any best way to solve your problems? What is the best simple way to solve your problems? Because there are so many problems. And the more you people work, the more problem you people face. Every day, every time in your real life, you would see more problems. You can look at yourself. When you was child, your problems were limited. When you become young, you have different sort of problems. When you become adult, you have different sort of. When you become when you will graduate, when you will get degree, when you will get the job, you will have more different problems. When you become parents, you will have more problems. When you will be in old age, you will have too many problems. So that means every day we people will be facing more problems, and every problem will be high in intensity. Every new problem, keep in mind, every new problem will be high in intensity and in quantity. Until and unless you people go to your grave, the problems of this world will not resolve and will not stop. Either you become the richest person. I've already told you, the richest person have more problem in their life than the poor person. So we have so many problems. How we can solve these problems? What is the solution to solve this problem? I'm telling you the best solution how to solve your problem in your life. The best solution is problem could be only solved at the level of your skills. No second way to solve your problem. If you have the skills, you can face the problem, you can solve the problem. You cannot solve the problems by wish. You cannot solve the problem only by pray. You cannot solve the problem only by dreams. Right? There is this. These are not the solution. If you are facing problem, you just keep on praying. Ya Allah, meri problem solve kar de. Oh God, please solve my problem. Please solve my problem. You cannot solve the problem just by praying. Even Allah says in Quran, I will not change your condition until unless you change your condition first. Just by praying, we cannot destroy America or our enemy. Of course, not possible. We cannot destroy Israel or our enemy just by praying. The question arises, then how we could solve the problems? If you increase your skill level to solve that problem, this is the only solution. Otherwise, no the second option. Tomorrow, ma'am Sidra is going to have your final exam. Now, final exam is a problem. How can we solve that problem? The simple answer is, ma'am already have given you the skills to solve those problems. If you have gained those skills, then this problem is not an issue for you, because problems becomes big problems when by comparison of your skill level. Ma'am will not give you any difficult question in the exam. She will give you only those questions which she has already taught you, which she has already told you. So that means ma'am will not burdenize you. You will face only those problems in your life which you can bear. Even Allah says in Quran, La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. We do not, the explanation is, we do not burdenize any person beyond his capacity. So the world will not give you any problem which you cannot bear. The man will not ask any question which related to the doctorate level. You are a bachelor degree holder, a bachelor student. Ma'am will give you the question according to your skill level. She will not give you any question beyond your capacity, beyond your skill level. She will not ask you any question that is related to the doctorate level. In normal flow of life, your problem is equal to your skill level. It's another issue that either you have increased your skill level or not. For example, Uzair get A plus grade in Ma'am Sidrap subject, and Huma get, let's assume, C grade. And Huma says the question was very difficult. It was such a difficult paper. And Uzair says it was such a simple paper, such an easy paper. The question is, was the paper really difficult or easy? The answer is no, of course not. For one student, it is quite easy. For other student, it is quite difficult. That means there is nothing wrong with the question paper. Ma'am Siddha asked the question according to your skill level, according to your level of learning. Ma'am Huma Sarwar did not develop her skill level according to the required level. So that's why it became difficult for her. And Uzair developed her skill level accordingly, and the problem became quite simple for him. Right? So that means problem could be solved on the skill level. Otherwise, there is no second solution. Once I was teaching in Pakistan Air Force. It was a training in Pakistan Air Force. There were fighter pilots. I asked the question: is flying F-16 is difficult or easy? Right? There was a quite young person, and he said it's difficult, really difficult to fly the F-16. There is a senior person also sitting, and he said flying F-16 is very easy. Now, simple question: how possible? F-16 is a one aeroplane, one fighter jet. How possible? For one person, it's too much difficult. For one person, it's quite simple. Because the person who says it is easy, he has increased his skill level, that it become too much easy for him. For example, it is too much difficult or close to impossible for me to fly aeroplane because I do not have the skill level. On this Friday, I had a meeting with the medical doctors. You would surprised to know that those medical doctors were the surgeon, neurosurgeon, and heart surgeon, and the cancer specialist. In Medina Munawwara, I had a religious meeting with those people. So it is difficult for me to operate brain surgery. It's a real big problem for me. But for that person, Dr. Hasham was his name. For Dr. Hasham, it is just a child play. Every day he performed 2-3 brain surgeries. It's just a normal thing for him. For me, it's a big problem. For him, it's a normal thing. The answer is the solution. The answer is the skill level, because he has the highest level of skills, right? And I don't have those skills level. Issue is not with problems. I am telling you, issue is not with problems. Issue is with skill level. I give you example. Brain surgery is a problem. For Dr. Hasham, it's a child play. It's very easy. For me, it's too much difficult. The problem is not the problem itself. Problem is our skill level. So that's why, as statement of Jim Rohn stated in front of, don't wish for the less problem in life, wish for the more skills. Because the problem could be solved at the skill level. Because I've already told you, problem gives you opportunity to increase yourself. Then don't wish for the less problems. Always wish for the more skills. Don't pray that Ya Allah, there should be less problem in my life. always pray, Ya Allah, there should be more skills in my life. Don't wish for the less challenges. Wish for the more wisdom, because you can face the challenges based on your wisdom. If you are the highest level of wisdom, the challenges will be very easy for you. So should I pray for less problem or less challenges, or should I pray for the more skills and more wisdom? Don't wish it is easy. Wish I am better. Right? Never wish that the things should be easy in my life. You should always pray, I should be the better. Everything will become easy for you. Right? So try to learn the attack on your problems. Try to solve those problems with the level of your skills. Improve your skill level, problem will become very, very easy for you. Right? So, for example, the last example, then I will stop here. Really sorry if I have already taken the 20 minutes more than the decided time. Many PhD students come in my office. They talk about the really the that level of the skills. So that's why it become very big problem for them. So my last suggestion for you, don't bother about your, because these things give you opportunity to develop and grow. The more you people develop and grow yourself with the help of learning and improving your skills, the more you will be valuable in the corporate, the more worth you people will have. And that worth and that value, the corporate try to convert in the form of money. So that means in normal flow of life, your bank balance is really the monetary transformation of your real worth and your real value. So that's all about from my side, because of the time I have to go somewhere and there are so many other things I wanted to discuss with you. But anyhow, and Jazakumullah khair. So let me have the question answer session. We can take 10 minutes. If people have any questions.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, students, if you have any question, you can raise your hand. Okay. Yes, Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
I have a question that how can we, how as a human can we can program our mind to seek positivity from a situation rather than seeking negativity?
Right. It's a simple answer. Listen. It's the matter of your choice. I cannot say negativity in the environment, but question is what you are going to focus. For example, if you go to Islamabad and you would see, I'm talking about the negative things, you would see a lot of garbage, a lot of negative people, a lot of illiterate people, right? A lot of bribery, a lot of favoritism, a lot of corruption, right? And everything, a lot of everything is there. I've seen Fatma Gold and she wants to find the positivity in environment in Islamabad. And she goes there and she would see the most beautiful, the most peaceful, most best city in the Pakistan is Islamabad. Because the lens she has on her eyes is about the positivity. The lens on your eyes about the negativity. The whatever you try to find, you will find there, right? The choice is yours. And just an example, it's not nothing too personal. What you might have listened to different people about the same country. Oria Makbul Jan, you people might listen, and Mr. Hassan Nisar. Both are positive people, I'm sure. Both are positive. Mr. Hassan Nisar tried to find out the negativity, and he explained us that what is negative happening in our country, and he's 100% true, almost not exact 100%, but quite close to accuracy, of course. Mr. Oria Makbul Jan tried to find out the positivity in the environment, and he tell us what is positive, what could be further improvement, what could be positivity. Both people are doing the good thing, but both people have two different lenses, right? So one thing is getting negativity, one person is getting positivity. But we are normal people. We have to take care of our selection, of our choice. Because if you people are going to select the negativity, that negativity will be translated into your behavior. Whole day, if let's assume Mr. Uzair Shafiq, the whole day, he collect the negativity from the environment, and then he come back to his home. Could you imagine what behavior he would have with with his wife, what behavior he would have with his parents and family and friends and everything. Because the good in, good out, garbage in, garbage out formula perfectly work. So by force you have to forget the name of the person who asked the question. By force you have to tell to your brain, I am not here to collect the negativity from the environment. I am here to get the positivity, and definitely positivity is there. For the sake of myself, for the sake of my family, for the sake of my future, I'm here to get the, like you people, students always here for learning. Learning is a positive thing. So it's your choice from the university. You collect the positivity or negativity. It's always your choice. Even in classroom, there could be a lot of negativity. The same classroom, there could be a lot of positivity. The choice is yours, whatever you want to choose, right? And that choice will translate into your behavior, and will be the future will be dependent on. Right? I hope that answers the question. Anyone else?
Thank you so much. Yes, Uzair, you want to ask something? Yes, Uzair, you can unmute your mic.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
Welcome, assalam.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम sir. Sir, first of all, sir, thank you so much, sir, for such a motivating and insightful session you shared with all of us. सर मेरा जो क्वेश्चन है सर वो थोड़ा सा अहमद से रिलेट कर रहा है कि सर जैसा कि आपने स्टार्ट में कहा कि गुड इन गुड आउट, गार्बेज इन गार्बेज आउट, कि जैसा हम लोग फीड करते हैं इन द सेंस ऑफ पॉजिटिव या इन सेंस ऑफ नेगेटिव, हम वही चीज़ हम अपीयर करते हैं, लाइक कन्वर्टेड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ बिहेवियर्स एंड एक्शन, जैसा कि आपने कहा सर। लेकिन हमारे इन्वायरमेंट में बहुत से नेगेटिव फैक्टर्स होते हैं सर जो हम ग्रैब कर लेते हैं, और सर हम ऑल टाइम पॉजिटिव नहीं रह सकते। कोशिश करते हैं, लेकिन सर हम जैसा कि सोशल मीडिया है, बहुत से एनवायरनमेंट में फैक्टर्स हैं जिसकी वजह से हम लोग सर हम पॉजिटिव नहीं रह सकते। सर आप बताएंगे कि सर हम किस तरह हम अपने आप को ऑल टाइम सर पॉजिटिव रख सकते हैं?
थैंक यू उज़ैर। एक तो ज़हन में ये रखिएगा कि वी डोंट नीड टू बी ऑल द टाइम पॉजिटिव, राइट? एंड इट्स ट्रू, हमारा जो एनवायरनमेंट होता है, हमारे जो सर्कमस्टांसेस होते हैं, हमारी जो सराउंडिंग्स होती है, ये हमारे ऊपर इफेक्ट हो रही होती है। एंड वी आर ह्यूमन बीइंग, वी आर इमोशनल क्रिएचर्स। इमोशंस हमारे साथ अटैच्ड हैं। वी आर नॉट चेयर। विद दिस चेयर आई एम सिटिंग ऑन, इट्स इमोशनलेस चेयर। दिस मोबाइल इज इमोशनलेस, दिस क्लास इज इमोशनलेस। इनके इमोशंस नहीं है, बट वी आर ह्यूमन, हमारे तो इमोशंस होते हैं ना। तो हम लोग सेम नहीं रह सकते ऑल द टाइम, बट ऑल द टाइम हमारे पास चॉइसेस होती हैं, राइट? एंड इट्स योर चॉइस दैट हाउ डू यू वांट टू फील अबाउट समथिंग। देखिए, मैं सिंपल आपको ये समझाता हूँ कि never consider yourself as victim of the environment and circumstances. आपके पास चॉइस है, either you consider yourself as a victim कि मेरे साथ आजकल जो भी हुआ है ये environment की वजह से, माहौल की वजह से, दोस्तों की वजह से, राइट? इन सब की वजह से हुआ है, या आप सिंपल आंसर देके जो कुछ भी हुआ इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ मी, बिकॉज ऑफ माय ओन चॉइसेस। एंड इन रियलिटी whatever happened with you is because of your own choices and your own decision. It's not because of the environment. ठीक, मतलब unsuccessful people try to blame others. ये एनवायरनमेंट ऐसा हुआ, मैं मुल्क हमारा घटिया था, सॉरी माय नेगेटिव वर्डिंग, इकोनॉमी सत्यानाश हो चुकी थी, पॉलिटिशियन आपस में लड़ते रहते थे, सियासतदान सारे बुरे थे, मौलवी आपस में लड़ते रहते थे, और ट्रैफिक का कोई उसूल नहीं था हमारे यहाँ, इन्फ्लेशन इतनी ज्यादा थी, और मैं तो गरीब घराने में पैदा हुआ, मैं तो गांव देहात में पैदा हुआ, राइट? और मुझे दोस्त बड़े बुरे मिले, रिश्तेदार सारे हम पे जादू करते रहते थे, ठीक है, मोहल्ले वालों की हमेशा में नजर लगती रहती थी, राइट? सो एंड मेनी अनलिमिटेड एक्सक्यूजेस, and these all are the realities। बाकी ऐसा होता है, but question still arise, इस सारे माहौल में रहते हुए उज़ैर, अगर आप सक्सेसफुल होना चाहते हैं तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? या तो मैं और आप सारे मिलकर दुआ करते हैं या अल्लाह उज़ैर की ये सारी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाए, इसके रिश्तेदार अच्छे हो जाएं, इसके दोस्त अच्छे हो जाएं, इसके घर वाले अच्छे हो जाएं, इसके सारे खानदान, इसके फैमिली, इसके एनवायरनमेंट, कंट्री, रिलीजन, सारे लोग ठीक हो जाएं। तो हमें बहुत दुआएं करनी पड़ेंगी, अनलिमिटेड दुआएं, क्योंकि इन्होंने ठीक भी नहीं होना। व्हाई नॉट बेटर कि हम उज़ैर के लिए दुआ करें, या अल्लाह उज़ैर, अपने आप के लिए दुआ करें, या अल्लाह मैं ठीक हो जाऊं, राइट? सो ये सारी चीजें आपको अपनी तरफ खींचेंगी, नेगेटिविटीज है ना, ये सारी नेगेटिविटीज, तो ये आपको अपनी तरफ खींचेंगे। क्वेश्चन इज कि आप इनकी तरफ मोल्ड हो जाते हैं या आप अपने आप को डेवलप करके अपने आप को ठीक करते हैं। चॉइस इज योर्स। देखें, किसी भी स्टिमुलस और आपके रिस्पॉन्स के दरमियान में आपके पास चॉइस है, एंड इट्स ऑलवेज देयर, हमेशा ये होगी। स्टिमुलस फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अहमद ने गाली दी उज़ैर को, ये एक स्टिमुलस आया ना। अब अहमद उजैर का रिस्पॉन्स क्या होगा? ये उजैर का अभी वो चॉइस, आपका डिसीजन आपकी वैल्यू सिस्टम पे बेस कर सकता है, आपकी एजुकेशन पे बेस कर, आपकी नर्चरिंग पे बेस कर सकता है, आपके रिलीजन पे बेस कर, आपके बिलीफ सिस्टम पे बेस कर सकता है, व्हाटएवर जो चीज आपने डेवलप की होगी उसको बेस कर। आपने एनवायरनमेंट में काफी दफा देखा होगा, सेम चीज आपको आपका टीचर या आपकी मदर, आपके फादर कहें तो आपकी फीलिंग डिफरेंट होती है। सेम थिंग आपका कोई दोस्त या आपको मोहल्लेदार कोई 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 राह चलता हुआ आपको बंदा कह दे तो डेफिनेटली आपकी फीलिंग्स टोटली डिफरेंट। सेम थिंग, टोटली डिफरेंट फीलिंग। आपके फादर आपको थप्पड़ मारे, आपकी फीलिंग होगी, ठीक है। अहमद आपको थप्पड़ मारा, आपकी फीलिंग और होगी। राह में चलता हुआ आदमी आपको थप्पड़ मारा, आपकी फीलिंग सेम डिफरेंट होगी। कुड यू इमेजिन? इवन सेम है ना, थप्पड़ पड़ा ना आपको, लेकिन आपकी फीलिंग टोटली डिफरेंट, राइट? Because of your own choices and your own understanding and everything. देखो, आपकी चॉइस है, आइदर आप सारी चीजों को ब्लेम करके अपने आप को विक्टिम कंसिडर कर लें और होप और उम्मीद करें कि मेरे हालात ठीक हो जाएं, तो जैसा तो होना कभी भी नहीं है। ये सारी चीजें ऐसे ही रहेंगी, ये कभी भी ठीक नहीं होंगी, कभी भी चेंज नहीं होंगी। लेकिन इसी इन्वायरमेंट के अंदर रहते हैं, इन सारी बुरी चीजों के अंदर, जितनी चीजें मैंने आपको गिनवाई, ये सारी मेरे साथ भी हुई हैं। इन सब के अंदर रहते हुए भी सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए एक ही फार्मूला है, व्हेन यू चेंज योरसेल्फ। व्हेन यू चेंज योरसेल्फ, एवरीथिंग विल चेंज फॉर यू। इफ यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज योरसेल्फ, नथिंग विल चेंज फॉर यू। मैं आपको कोटेशन शेयर करता हूं, लुक ऑन द स्क्रीन, मैं बैक जाता हूं। ओके, उजैर, कुड यू रीड इट लाउडली फॉर मी? Okay, I read it
Yes,
for you. Okay, Uzair, could you read?
yes, sir. If you want to have more, you have to become more. For things to improve, you have to improve. For things to get better, you have to get better. For things to change, you have to change. When you change, everything changes for you.
Simple answer is never consider yourself as a victim of the environment, situation, family, circumstances, etc. Right? You should take the responsibility of your results. Whatever you have got today is your own result. You have cultivated your own land, and today you are enjoying, you are having. No one is responsible for your environment and circumstances. I have already given you the real example of my own life. My one brother is taxi driver in this country, and I am the professor doctor of a university in this country. Right? Both same parents, same environment, same love, everything was same. Right? Whatever environment उसने face किया पाकिस्तान में, जो circumstances, जो country, जो economy, जो political issues, जो religious issues, जो inflation, जो everything उसने face की, मेरे brother ने वही मैंने face की। But destination कैसे different होगी? When you change yourself, everything will change for you. Right? So Uzair, you don't need to always be positive. We are human. ये possible नहीं है कि हम negative environment में positive सोचें, लेकिन choice लेते हुए आप सोचना जरूर है कि whatever I'm going to choose is the right choice or not, and it is 100% you. देखो, environment आपके हाथ में नहीं है, लेकिन choice तो आपके हाथ में है ना, right? आपको माइट भी यूनिवर्सिटी कुछ ना सिखाए, टीचर कुछ ना सिखाए, और आप स्टिल यू हैव द चॉइस। आप खुद से मेहनत करके अच्छे मार्क्स लेके, अच्छी लर्निंग लेके पास आउट हों, या टीचर और यूनिवर्सिटी और एनवायरनमेंट को ब्लेम करके सी ग्रेड लेके पास हो, राइट? चॉइस इज योर्स, राइट? एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Yes, Huma, you want to ask something?
यस मैम सिद्रा।
Yes, sir. We have Aisha Sultan. Yes, Aisha, unmute your mic. Mute nahi hai yaar. You can hear me, sir?
Sidra is with her students. That's why I am calling her ma'am Sidra. मैंने हमेशा सिद्रा को सिद्रा बेटा।
Can you hear me, sir?
Sorry, I could not hear you well. Could you name?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Meanwhile, you can ask if any student have any question. So otherwise, we would definitely stop.
जी sir, sure. Sure.
Yes, sir. Sorry, internet issue आ गया था. Yes, if you have any question, any one of you. Yes, Atif, you want to ask something? Please unmute your mic. Yes, Atif, ask question.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर। सर जैसा कि आपने बोला कि हम जो चूज करते हैं उसी से हम यस मैम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
Yes, Atif, continue. I can hear you.
ओके सर। सर जैसा कि आप बोला कि हम जो चूज करते हैं, जो चॉइस हमारे पास होती है उसी से हमारा फ्यूचर बनता है। तो अगर हम पास्ट में कुछ गलत चूज कर चुके हैं और उसे चेंज भी नहीं कर सकते, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर मैं बीबीए नहीं करना चाहता था लेकिन अब मैं बीबीए में आ चुका हूँ और इस चीज़ को चेंज भी नहीं कर सकता, तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में हम पॉजिटिव कैसे रहेंगे, कैसे मोटिवेटेड रहेंगे और कैसे इस चीज़ को लेके आगे अपना फ्यूचर सिक्योर कर सकते हैं?
It's a very interesting question, Atif. Allah bless you. Simple answer is, I told you that your future is dependent on your choices. Either you take a right choice or wrong choice, your future will be dependent on it. Now see, could you tell me, is there any field in this world that is good or bad? The simple answer is, कोई भी इस दुनिया में जो फील्ड है, मैनेजमेंट साइंसेस की, बिजनेस साइंसेस की या कुछ भी साइंसेस की, कोई भी चीज बुरी नहीं है। दुनिया के अंदर एक बैलेंस रखने के लिए ना अल्लाह का निजाम है कि अगर अल्लाह सबको अमीर बना देता तब भी दुनिया बर्बाद हो जाती, सबको गरीब कर देता तब भी दुनिया बर्बाद हो जाती। अल्लाह ने कुरान में बड़े वाज़ेह तौर पर लिखा कि मैं अपने मुहतात अंदाजे के मुताबिक दुनिया में रिस्क उतारता हूँ। सेम वे दुनिया का कोई भी काम है, चाहे वो एक कॉबलर हमारे गली के कोने पे बैठ के हमारे जूते ठीक करता है या मुल्क का बादशाह है, दोनों अपनी जगह पर काम परफेक्ट कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हमें दोनों की जरूरत है। अगर कोई कॉबलर ना होता या हमारी गली की सफाई करने वाला कोई ना होता तो फिर हमारी गलियां सड़कें कैसे साफ होती? इसका मतलब है कि ये भी होना जरूरी है और वो भी जरूरी है। मतलब रिच एंड पुअर एवरीथिंग इज द पार्ट ऑफ द लाइफ और दुनिया एक प्रॉपर बैलेंस के तहत चल रही है। आपका मोटिवेट होने के लिए बेस्ट सोल्यूशन क्या है? यू हैव टेकन अ चॉइस, माइट बी बाय फोर्स, आपके पेरेंट्स कह रहे थे कि आप बीबीए करो और आपने वो चॉइस ले ली और अब वो आप चेंज भी नहीं कर सकते। और अब आपको करना क्या चाहिए ताकि आप मोटिवेटेड रहें? दिस इज योर क्वेश्चन। तो आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू कि कोई भी चीज़ अच्छी या बुरी नहीं है, ठीक? ये आपकी सोच उसको अच्छा या बुरा बनाती है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं ये कहूँ कि मुझे जो है ना वो फाइनेंस बहुत बुरी लगती है, रियलिटी मुझे बहुत बुरी लगती है क्योंकि मैं 1+1 2 करना मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता, न्यूमेरिक्स। लेकिन रियलिटी में फाइनेंस बुरी चीज़ नहीं है क्योंकि फाइनेंस मेरी ज़ात के लिए बुरी है ना, अदरवाइज बुरी नहीं है। इसी तरह आपको अगर बीबीए में अंदर इंटरेस्ट नहीं है और आपके चॉइस ले चुके हैं और आपके लिए रिवर्स भी पॉसिबल नहीं है, तो सिंपल आंसर है कि आप इसके अंदर पॉजिटिविटी को देखें कि बैचलर इन बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करने के बाद कितने सक्सेसफुल लोग हैं और उनकी लाइफ कैसी है, अब उसको स्टडी करें तो आपको अच्छा आइडिया मिल जाएगा कि बैचलर इन बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज नॉट अ बैड थिंग, इट्स अ वेरी 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 गुड थिंग। और इसके करने के बाद लोग कहाँ तक पहुंचे हैं, वो भी इसी बैचलर, इसी वे के थ्रू, इसी रास्ते पे चल के गए हैं और वही आप भी बन सकते हैं, बल्कि उनसे बेहतर भी बन सकते हैं क्योंकि आपके लिए रिवर्स पॉसिबल माइट भी आप कंप्यूटर साइंसेज में जाना चाहते थे, अब आप जा नहीं सकते और आपके लिए रास्ते क्लोज हो चुके हैं। लेट्स से आपकी एज ऐसी हो चुकी है या अब आपके पास कोई इशू, कोई रिसोर्सेज नहीं रहे। एक सोल्यूशन आपके पास है, वो इसी फील्ड के अंदर इंटरेस्ट डेवलप करना। देखिए किसी भी चीज के इंटरेस्ट डेवलप किया जाता है उस चीज से मिलने वाले रिजल्ट्स को देख के, उसके फजाइल देख के, उसके इनामात उसका देख के। क्यों हदीसों में नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने बार बार फरमाया कि नमाज पढ़ने पे आपको क्या मिलेगा? कि नमाज पढ़ने पे आपको फॉर एग्जाम्पल रिस्क मिलेगा, नमाज पढ़ने पे आपको आपके हालात ठीक होंगे, नमाज पढ़ने पे आपको कब्र का अजाब खत्म हो जाएगा, आपको नामा माल दाएं हाथ में मिलेगा, नमाज पढ़ने से आपको पूरा दीन कायम होगा, नमाज मेरी आंखों की ठंडक, एंड एटसेट्रा, हंड्रेड्स एंड हंड्रेड ऑफ हदीस नमाज पढ़ने के ऊपर मोटिवेशन है। यानी कि नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम मोटिवेट किस बेस पे कर रहे हैं कि नमाज पढ़ने से आपको मिलेगा क्या, एंड रिजल्ट को फोकस करें, आपको मोटिवेशन लेवल बढ़ना शुरू हो जाता है। मतलब आपका नमाज पढ़ने को दिल करे या ना करे, लेकिन जब आप एंड रिजल्ट देखेंगे ऑटोमेटिकली आपका मोटिवेशन लेवल बढ़ना शुरू हो जाता है, राइट? तो इसको कहते हैं फजाइल का फोकस करना, कि रिजल्ट्स को, पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट्स को फोकस करना। द सेम वे व्हेन यू विल फोकस ऑन कि अब मैं बैचलर तो मुझे करना ही करना है बिजनेस साइंसेज में, देयर इज नो सेकंड वे। तो आपने अपने माइंड को, अपने थिंकिंग पैटर्न्स को चेंज करना है। उन थिंकिंग पैटर्न चेंज करने का बेस्ट फार्मूला यही है कि जो ऑलरेडी बैचलर और मास्टर्स बिजनेस साइंसेज में करके सक्सेसफुल हो चुके हैं उनकी लाइफ को स्टडी करो और देखो कि वो इन्हीं रास्तों पे चल के गए हैं, इन्हीं डिग्रीज को उन्होंने लिया है, दे आर वेरी सक्सेसफुल टुडे। दैट मींस बैचलर इन बिजनेस साइंसेज इज अ गुड थिंग एंड आई हैव टू मेक माय माइंड व्हेन यू मेक योर माइंड, जब आपका थिंकिंग पैटर्न चेंज हो जाएगा, राइट, तो आपके लिए यही बैचलर डिग्री बिजनेस साइंसेस की इंटरेस्टिंग और ईजी होगी। लेकिन अगर आपका माइंड स्टिल स्टक रहे वहीं पे कि मेरे पेरेंट्स ने जाती की मेरे साथ, या मैं किसी और वजह से मैं कोई और डिग्री नहीं ले सका, तो मेरा इंटरेस्ट तो कंप्यूटर साइंसेस था, आपका ब्रेन वहां पे हो और फिजिकल आप बिजनेस साइंसेस की क्लास में बैठे हो, तो बिलीव मी आपका वो बैठना भी यूजलेस है और आपकी लर्निंग भी नहीं होगी, और सबसे बड़ी चीज आपका फ्यूचर रिस्क पे चला जाएगा। तो अपने आप को मेंटली, इमोशनली, फिजिकली, स्पिरिचुअली, चारों डायमेंशंस के अंदर अपने आप को बिजनेस साइंसेस में प्रेजेंट करो, एंड रिजल्ट को फोकस करो। अगर मैं अच्छी तरह लर्न करूंगा, मुझे एंड रिजल्ट क्या मिलेगा, जैसे एंड रिजल्ट फोकस करेगा आपका थिंकिंग पैटर्न्स चेंज होना शुरू हो जाते हैं, राइट। ये जैसे कुरान के अंदर बार बार अल्लाह ने जो है ना वो वईदें भी सुनाई हैं और खुशखबरियां भी सुनाई हैं, यानी कि अपना अजाब भी सुनाया, अगर नमाज नहीं पढ़ोगे तो जहन्नम में व्हाटएवर जलना पड़ेगा या जो कुछ भी होना पड़ेगा, कितनी जगह जगह अल्लाह ने भरा हुआ अजाब नेगेटिव, और अगर करोगे तो तुम्हें क्या मिलेगा। सारा एंड रिजल्ट के ऊपर कुरान फोकस करवा रहा है, और सारा हमारा एंड रिजल्ट तो है ही कब्र में, हशर में, आखिरत में, सारे का सारा। तो वो सारी चीजें जो हमने देखी भी नहीं है, बट स्टिल वी आर क्वाइट मोटिवेटेड टू डू because of the end result we will have in future. The same way, when you will make your mind towards the future end results what you will be having after a good bachelor degree, तो आपका today present के अंदर आपका interest develop होना शुरू हो जाएगा। I hope this is answer the question. Then I believe it's okay. If there is no question, we can stop here now.
थैंक यू सो वेरी मच सर। सर एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं हमारे फैकल्टी मेंबर मैम अनम शफीक की तरफ से, देन हम इसको वाइंड अप करते हैं। यस मैम अनम शफीक, यू कैन अनम्यूट योर माइक।
Okay, sure, please.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, देयर इज नो एज सच क्वेश्चन, मैं जस्ट आपको थैंक यू कहना चाहूंगी कि आपने आज इतना इंसाइटफुल सेशन दिया, इट वाज सो इंस्पायरिंग, और बहुत अच्छे की टेक अवेज हम लोगों ने लिए, एंड होपफुली स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी बहुत ही अच्छी लर्निंग रही, एंड मेरा तो दिल नहीं चाह रहा कि खत्म हो, इट वाज वेरी गुड, तो थैंक यू सो मच सर।
My pleasure, ma'am. My pleasure. Alhamdulillah, my pleasure. Stay happy and blessed.
ओके, थैंक यू सो वेरी मच सर आपके टाइम का, थैंक यू सो वेरी मच।
Thank you. So we can have my type in that. Thank you very much.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, sorry, signal
I can.
problem. Thank you so very much, sir. On behalf of UIMS, I would like to say thanks. And आपने अपना प्रीशियस टाइम हम लोग के निकाला और मेरे स्टूडेंट्स को इतने अच्छे तरीके से मोटिवेट किया। थैंक यू सो वेरी मच।
My pleasure. Stay happy and blessed, Sidra. And inshallah, next time after a few months, we will have again one session more. Allah bless you. Thank you.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Okay, sir. Allah Hafiz. Thank you, students, for your active participation.